Hey y'all, Natalie here today, and I'm super excited to bring this layout to you. It was inspired by this month's Life Stories prompts by the Scrap Gals, and I am telling the story of my senior prom, which is where I attended with my husband, now husband. He was not my husband then. I'm going to use a lot of this gorgeous Wonders collection by Paige Evans, as well as sprinkling in some Paintbrush Studio, as per my usual. So I have this cute selfie of us, which it was a little bit before selfies was a thing, but it worked. I held up my film camera to our faces and got a picture of us dancing. And I'm going to do a triangle coming out of the left side of the page with mixed media underneath it. So that's what I'm cutting right here. I liked this paper because it was a bunch of spring, pretty colors. My dress is coral pink color, but you can't really even tell in this photo. But I actually took a picture of the photo with my phone and made it smaller. I didn't want to cut up the original photo. So I'm using my shimmers to create a watercolor background with just water and the paint and swirling it around. I'll take this opportunity to say that I will link down below to the Scrap Gals Facebook group and where you can subscribe to their podcast to listen. It is a lot of very good inspiration that they provide every week, as well as lots of really great perks for subscribers. And at the end of this video, I will show you my original scrapbook pages from when I was in high school, as well as a page I made about, I think it was 2017, which was also inspired by the Scrap Gals. And it was a story of when we went to prom. It had our professional picture on it, but I would say that my storytelling has evolved since then. And so I wanted to tell more to the story and embellish it. And so that's why I created this layout. I'm adding this like coral orange color down here. I think it's called Peachy Keen, actually, down at the bottom of the page. But so listening to the podcast and all the inspiration drawn from other members of the group and our discussions that we have in Facebook and meeting them in person sometimes, or talking to them like on Instagram and direct messages or whatever, it really is great about helping inspire. And like I said, I feel like my storytelling has evolved over the past few years just from that. So I'm just working with the background here and making a pretty cloudy, flowy watercolor background. And then I put the paper back on, and I decide up there in the left, it needs a little touch of the purple that's in the paper. So I have this really gorgeous shimmers that's called Sweet Pea, and it's that lavender color, and it's super pretty. So I just kind of stuck that in the empty spot up there. And we'll let that dry. And when I let my watercolor dry, I usually go through and like to add another layer, which includes splatter, because it gives a different type of depth and dimension to the background colors. So you'll see what I mean here in a moment. There's the dried one. Gorgeous and vibrant. So you can see those shimmer when I turn it in the light. And I'm going to go through and add the splatter now. So when I do these life stories, this is the fourth one I've done. I've done at least one every month that Tiffany and Tracy have posted them. And I end up writing a ton, which is awesome. So I do like a 12 by 12 page, and then I do a 6 by 12 page to accompany it. And that is just basically a full page of journaling. And that way the journaling doesn't take away from the design of my page, as well as, I can basically write as much as I want and make the font as big as I want or small as I want. I could even go onto the back side if I really wanted to. So I decided that I need another triangle coming out the other side of the page. So I cut a smaller one and I roughed up the edges. And then I went and found this gold foil paper, because the cardstock sticker sheet from Wonders has gold foil in it as well. So I decided to, since I was using that sheet, I wanted to incorporate the gold foil into the page. So I die cut these gorgeous flower dies out of gold foil and with my Sizzix Big Shot. And I'm just going to tuck them under the triangles and sew them down with the triangle. And you can see I'm like slicing them apart, so I can use both sides of the die sticking out since you're not seeing the entire piece. So I sewed it down both triangles, and now I'm just kind of lifting up the rough edges because I like a lot of texture, and I'm just inputting a couple little rips. Just, that's my style. And there's the photo. I backed it in pink and then another layer of white cardstock. And I have this poem. This is one of my favorite ways to get titles. This is by Atticus, and so it's a really cute poem, and the last line of it says wild youth. And so I just used the whole poem on the page and made the word wild youth my title, and this pretty gold scripty font. I think that's Maggie Holmes. And when you use gesso, of course, nothing likes to stick, so I use my Nuva adhesive to stick it down. And now I'm gonna take that poem and just slice the lines up on it to make them a little more, or you can see the color through them. So there, yeah, we're almost done. I think I go through and add, I'm gonna add some of the pretty cardstock stickers. I do add Nuvo adhesive on the back of these as well. They're very, very, very thick chipboard. So I definitely want to make sure they stand the test of time. So I sprinkle these flowers and a few hearts around. And then I also, off camera, embellish my 6x12 page of journaling. Down here at the end of the video, I will show you my older layouts that I've also made of this prom experience. And you can pause through the journaling, or you can head over to my Instagram at Delightfully Crafty. My whole name for scrapbooking has to do with this dude, right? It works, so it was a good time. I'm always nostalgic for prom at this time of year. So check out those links down below. If you've been thinking about subscribing to the Scrap Gals, you probably should, because like I said, they inspire me a lot. It's super fun. And I'm just adding some puffies from Paintbrush Studio. And thanks for watching. There's the oldies. I definitely had I guess you could call it a style. Rounded corners, spread out photos, and basically no journaling. Some of the pages do have journaling. I made that one page photo crooked, right? That's cool. This is the page I made in 2017, and I'm super happy with it still, but I just needed to make that story a little bit more. Check out the links in the description box below, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.